in our country over the last 10 years and no new jobs. So this is what you're facing. This is why the debt is $1.5 trillion every year. We owe $15 trillion in our national debt. We owe $3 trillion to foreigners, the biggest debt in the history of the world. So this is why we have to look for a change. And the change is not complicated. The change is just restoring those principles that made America great. That is understanding what liberty is, what it means to mind our own business overseas, to let the people live their lives as they so choose, and let the economy work without the government regulating the economy. We had the prosperity, but now the middle class, as it shrinks, guess what? The lobbyists run Washington. The lobbyists can go to Washington. The rich get bailed out. The rich corporations and banks, when the crisis hit 4 years ago, they got the bailouts. And all the bad debt and the mistakes made got bought up by the Federal Reserve and by Treasury, and it was dumped on the people. And that debt put on the people means the economy can't recover until we solve that problem. But we can find our answers in the Constitution. We can find that answer in the principles of liberty. And with the great experiment that we have and the great success in the last 100 years, it's been challenged. So your challenge will be, do you want to live in a free society? Do you want to live in a prosperous society? Are you going to think about the materialism of a free society? No. You have to think about the principles of liberty. If you have a free society and property rights and sound money, believe me, the prosperity will come. If you concentrate on the materialism and the redistribution of wealth and the influence of special interests, believe me, we can't get out of this mess. So you have to have an understanding, a belief, and a conviction about what true liberty is all about. It was a grand experiment. It was the best experiment in the history of the world. Most of the world has lived under tyranny, both in the past and today. And even today, we're moving in the direction of less personal freedom. Each and every day we have things passed like the Patriot Act, which means that your privacy is no longer protected. There are plans now to regulate and control and monitor and regulate to an nth degree your websites and your and the web pages, and for the federal government to come in and take away the privacy of the internet. Believe me, the internet is very, very valuable. If you lose the privacy of the internet, you have lost a big hunk of your freedom. And that move is on and something you need to look at and pay attention to. So with all the problems we have around the world, the perpetual war, the spending and the debt and the inflation and the monetary system, believe me, it's not difficult to solve the problems. All we need are people that believe in the Constitution, are energized by the principles of liberty, and are willing to say that it is not our business to solve all the problems of the world and get involved in all these conflicts in the world. We need to make our nation a great nation once again. If we want to influence the rest of the world, we should do that by setting a great standard of individual liberty, a standard of prosperity and sound money in a foreign policy where we mind our own business. When we have that greatness, we won't have to try to force it down the throats of others by bombing and invading those countries. They will want to be like us because we are a great nation and we have the prosperity. I am encouraged, especially because I have so many young people supporting this cause and because there's so much activity and interest. So we see this as a real opportunity, this campaign and what's coming up tonight and in the next several months. It's a wonderful opportunity to restate our sound principles about why this country had been great and what we need to restore peace, prosperity, and liberty to all of us. Thank you very much.